Alrighty, I know it's been a while since I've done a real video, almost 2 months as of the recording of this video, and today I have the new August 2025 release of Speed Champions. I got this beautiful dual Lamborghini pack, brand new. I'm gonna go into each car individually and then as a whole, the whole set. As I get started, I'm going to go ahead and write down the price for this set and the piece count, so y'all just do some reading as I start talking. And we're going to start with the minifigures, since that's the simplest part. The Huracan Stow bag, the bags for the Huracan Stow came with this nice little gentleman here with a cool Lamborghini shirt or hoodie jacket with a nice foily Lamborghini logo. And the back is just generic, no prints on the sleeves or pants, and we have a generic helmet. But it's still cool. Put them off to the side now. And for the Revuelto, we have this lady, same, almost identical jacket, just without the stripes. You can see there, and same khakis. And we're gonna start with the Huracan Stow, or STO. And this build, and this build is pretty solid. This is a very solid build, very pretty colors with orange and blue. And as you can see, it do be looking like a Lamborghini Huracan Stow, don't you think? Especially that rear diffuser. That is some wicked design elements in there. We have some cool angles going here with cool air intakes. All of these up out front are stickers except the Lamborghini logo and the prints on the window. Everything else is pretty much stickers. Stickers. Except those tiny pieces on the side of those flat pieces. I'm so thankful. And this angle piece. I'm glad those aren't stickers. But most of the stuff is stickers. It's not a brutal amount of stickers, but they are there. I mean, there's not much to it. I don't want to drag the video on too long with boring details, but y'all can see it. It's pretty solid build, all right, which is always nice to see for any Lego set. I mean, I hope it's solid. Up at the top, I want to point out this really intricate engine roof scoop air intake. It really looks cool. Also, this back fin. I've seen this done in several Lego sets of different cars and other elements, and this is by far the cleanest, nicest looking one. You can see there's almost no gaps between the fin and the flat bricks. It looks really cool. There is a good gap between where the rod comes up to hold the fin in place and the rods that hold the rear wing in place, which, let's talk about that. It's a big rear wing. Black, or on the real car, it's carbon fiber. That's probably what I presume is supposed to be there. It is movable. I don't really think it's supposed to be movable, but it is cool that it is. You can add a little more edginess to your car. And then the rear diffuser is something else. It is gargantuan and very well nicely shaped, as you can see. It looks kind of awkward when you hold the car flat. You may see that it goes below the tire line, so it might be secure. You might believe it's scraping on the ground. But when I lower it like this, you can see that the car actually sits at an angle. So you can see that the rear diffuser, although it does come close to the ground, it doesn't quite scrape it. It's cool element design if you're wondering how they did it. If you level it out, it's pretty obvious. They just made one real base higher than the other. One axle higher than the other. Pretty simple, but it works very well. Adds nice flair to the car. Now, before we move on to the Revuelto, let's look at the interior. Like every other Speed Champion set thus far, you just remove the window and that's that. The interior is quite nice. We have a sticker for the infotainment screen and of course that flip up red start switch. And one thing I want to point out is we have these two pieces right here that look like air vents. I really think that's cool. Let me get some light on it so you can see better. I think I should have been doing that this entire time. There, you can see those air vents in there. Very cool indeed. The seats are just flat, smooth pieces. Nothing crazy there. One thing I do want to point out that's pretty neat on this one is the steering wheel is a little different. Instead of being a standard steering wheel assembly, it's actually multiple pieces that can move in and out and not turn, but you can move it up and down, which is kind of necessary for putting the minifigure in. It's set forward just enough that it's kind of in the way of the minifigure's arms when you're first putting him in there, but for the most part, it's no problem at all. All right, there's the Huracan still. Now let's move on to the Revuelto, the star of this Lego set. Right away, you can tell the front end is a little more rough, especially around those triangle daylight running lights, but this is a very complicated shape for Lego to create at this scale, but they did it with the best they could. You can see it has that nice slope down the front, big front splitter with these cool orange butcher knives. This is the first time I've seen them in orange. I'm sure they already are. This is my first time seeing these interesting diamond kite-shaped pieces. I'm sure they've been used before, but this is my first time seeing them, and they're pretty cool. And then we have this printed... Oh, wait. That orange is printed, by the way. Don't know. And the Lamborghini logo, and this print on the side with even the reflector indicator. But this is also my first time seeing this triangle clip piece with a clip on it that's transparent. It's not completely because it has the print, but you get what I mean. It's pretty cool. The actual headlights themselves are stickers that are set on these wheel arches. They're set on those. Pretty cool, kind of awkwardly placed, but they work. They are kind of small and awkward to put on, but they look great. You can see them in there. They're kind of far back, but it's all right. It's all good. Then we have the big hood piece. It is not an actual hood, unfortunately, but you know, it's there. It looks great. I forgot to point out the rims on the Huracan, so there they are, by the way. Look very Huracan-y. In the Revuelto, of course, this is one of the only few Revuelto wheel options there are currently, or at least last time I checked, but they look awesome. These cool 5-point stars. Then we have colored side mirrors, unlike the Sto. Same print right here on the window, the black. The top is also printed now as well. We can see a really cool triangle used to try to create that triangular side air intake. It doesn't look absolutely perfect, but it does good enough that you can tell what it is. And I also love these big triangular shapes on top. And of course, around the side, the rear diffuser is gorgeous, especially with these carrot stick stems in dark red to recreate the taillights perfectly, if I may add. And then, of course, the ginormous exhaust using 2 turret-esque stud shooter guns, just without the stud shooter clips in them that shoots the set out. Then we have these cool claw pieces that create those ridges that look like they're holding the rear diffuser on, pulling the car along with the power of the mighty bull. Or something like that. I don't know. That was kind of cringe. Anyway, the top of these angular orange pieces representing air vents are printed. However, the awkward side pieces right there are, unfortunately, stickers, as well as the rest of the engine bay, which is pretty cool because it's completely open. You can see the top of the engine. There are no engine details, but it's very nicely created. It flows perfectly from the engine, from the hood or bonnet, if that's what you call it. I don't know, but from the hood / bonnet over the window and over the back to the engine or bonnet. Some people call this the bonnet, but anyway. More stickers on here for Lamborghini and Revuelto. Very cool indeed. There is no rear wing on this one. The rear car does have one, and it's active, so it'll come up and down depending on the drive mode or drive conditions. But it's not here, unfortunately. But it's all good. It looks pretty wicked without it. I will put up a picture on screen temporarily to show the engine bay, or not the engine bay, but you do assemble somewhat of an engine on the Huracan Sto, but it's covered up in a way that you can't really access it after it's built, which is kind of sad, but it does look cool. So here's the picture. There you go. It looks cool. Nothing too insane, but it is, again, cool. Now for the interior. It's a little harder to grab the edges, and it also tends to bring this plate with the window, but that's just fine. It's not that important. On the inside, it's pretty similar with the dashboard. The air intakes aren't physical pieces, but you can, not intakes, sorry, air conditioning vents. Let me move the steering wheel because it can do that on this one as well. So you can see the sticker that recreates that cool alien-shaped head looking air intake design. It looks really darn cool. I love it. We have the Revuelto infotainment display with, of course, the Lamborghini classic red flip thingy over the start stitch. And like I already pointed out, the steering wheel is mobile, so you can move it when putting the minifigure in and out, which is nice. The seats are, I mean, technically non-existent in this set, but, you know, it's all good. And one thing that's really cool about the Lamborghini Revuelto is these spare pieces right here. You get 2 of each, 2 orange triangle plates and 2 black quarter circle studs. What these are for is really, really cool. These semicircle pieces are it shows you in the instructions, so this is official, but it's to replace the orange pieces on here, so you can replace the side mirrors with, well, yeah, carbon fiber, if you want to think about it that way, or just black pieces. And the triangles are for these door fins. You build it naturally with the orange fins on, but I like the carbon fiber fins to be on there. It just makes it look cooler, in my opinion. Of course, you change that however you want it. But that is really cool. I genuinely adore how they add a little bit of after-build customization. It's my first time seeing this in a Speed Champion set, excluding the rims, which, by the way, neither of these 2 cars come with alternate rims you can put on the wheels. But again, that's all good. It's perfectly cool. Alrighty, well, there you have it. The 2025 August release Speed Champions Lamborghini Dual Pack. I would rate this at an 8 out of 10. Maybe an 8 or maybe 9 out of 10. It is nearly perfect. And to be honest, I can't think of what would make it perfect. So I'm going to leave it at that. But this is a really cool set. Not a terrible amount of stickers for Speed Champions standards. It's pretty average, pretty good. The building experience on both of the cars were, you know, average Speed Champions car builds, which is to say it's good. The very intricate, very cool, unique way of connecting bricks and using elements like the knives and triangle pieces like this. They continue to do awesome. I still love them. And I'm going to wrap this video up before it gets to be way too much longer, because I can just keep going because I love these Lambos and I want to keep talking about them. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all are still enjoying my content. It has been over 2 years now since I started this uploading on this YouTube channel. Thank everyone so much. I want to thank you all, even those who have unsubscribed over the years, or over the 2 years for the YouTube experience. I've been loving doing YouTube. That's all from me. Thank y'all for watching. As y'all should know by now, I shall return.